Well, hello everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Brian Galke, and we are Aces53. How's it going, Brian?
Good. Just recovering
Labor
from the
Day.
holiday weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say Labor Day weekend. This 3-day weekend kind of throws off the week.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking today is Tuesday. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I
It
don't know
is Tuesday.
why. Yeah.
No, it's like all last week though. I was off by one day. Every day didn't seem like the right day, and Saturday didn't seem like Saturday, and Sunday didn't seem like Sunday, and Monday was like one more day off. What the heck?
Yeah.
But I know I'm just bitching, but I should be happy.
I was, here it was really weird weather. It rained. So Friday was overcast. Saturday we were supposed to
Taller.
go.
You're too
What's
short.
that?
You're too
Yeah.
short. Your head's halfway down the
Oh, am I? Hold on. There you go.
A little bit better.
Yeah. Then Saturday we were supposed to go swimming at my sister's house with all her cousins. Of course, it rained all day, and then but then the rain went away that afternoon. So we went on a bike ride. So it was really cool. Kiddo got her training wheels off. So the ex found this lady guarantees in 3 lessons, your kid will be able to ride without training wheels. And it wasn't cheap. It was $150 a lesson for 3 days. But it's worth it. Like, she rides without training wheels and everything else. So taking her out on the bike, letting her kind of run around, play, do all that kind of stuff. And then, so then Sunday was kind of overcast a little bit. And then it rained again. And then yesterday was nice, and then it would get overcast again. So it was really weird. We had the same weather for 4th of July.
Well, yeah, I mean, here it's just we don't normally get rain in it. Open the door this morning, like normally it's like 60 or whatever. It's like 71 and humid. We don't normally get, and that's like, you're like, what? Only 71?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but I mean, that's par for the course.
Yeah.
I just gotta, I'm still trying to get so much stuff done.
Mhm.
And having that additional person with the pod has helped out. It's getting better.
Yeah.
One of the things that we talk about as you're handing stuff off, it's more work.
Initially.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's you have to, and that's when I signed up, and I was talking to the lady, and she goes, "You understand? You have to help them and train them and walk them through certain things that you want done. Do you understand that?" Yes, I've had a company before, and I've had a lot of employees before. Yes, I understand that, but I expect them also to be I put this clause in there. I'm like, I'm a veteran. I expect attention to detail. I expect this. So don't hire me anybody who doesn't understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
And they didn't hire somebody that, anyway. She knows what she's talking about. And it's weird because they're like, it's already being done for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a hard thing for going back to any entrepreneur, anybody. First off, it's letting go of your baby. That's the hard part first. But then it's thinking, well, I can do it so much faster than training someone else. But then you never get to step away from it. And that's why the big flaw that a lot of people have, even when they buy a business, is they don't step away. So people buy a business thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to be the owner of this business. And then what happens is they end up working in the business.
The business owns them.
Yes.
That happens.
I had a buddy who invested in a restaurant, and and it was him and several other investors, whenever they couldn't find a guy to deliver pizzas, he went up there and he did it. And I'm like, I get it. You want to fill the void, but you can't keep doing it. You need to hire people to do it. So what he ended up doing is he was an investor who ended up working and delivering pizzas, to keep the business going. And the other investors just gave money, and that was it. And he did the same thing when he got into another franchise that was with roofing. And all of a sudden he's going out to the job sites. He's talking to the homeowners, all this other stuff. And his other guy, nothing. And they split the profits 50-50. I'm like, why are you spending all your time there? The other guy invested in the company. You're working at the company.
Yeah, he needs to clarify his roles differently. But for me, I had no problem delegating certain things in the past. My issue was my industry ran into whatever and just destroyed it. And so now retooling and other things and getting other stuff going is what I've been working on. And that's just harder because you can only do so much with the limited funds you have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the positive thing is I did get 90% VA disability, and they're still working on 3 other items. So I should be at 100 by the time in 3-month period. Yeah. Yeah. So
hey, you'd serve the time. Why not?
Well, I mean, I look at it as that's money now I can use for VAs. That's how I look. That's money I don't have to take out of my company to pay me. I can use that to increase it. And that's what I used to do. I would just hire the person and figure out I will pay them and get them the income in, and always worked out. Yeah. But when you get slapped in the face like I did 2 years ago, and and it's been that way now, it's like survive till 25, and now it's like you're not going to get anything in 26. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just this whole, everybody's like, 24 was bad, 23 was bad. And now this is the mortgage industry. Yes, I'm still doing well
Mhm.
compared to what other people are doing, and
Right.
but not compared to what I used to be doing.
Well, there's still articles left and right. People have a hard time paying groceries because there's just not as many jobs. Everything's more expensive. It adds up over time, right? And now, well, we went through that whole period where you could have an expensive house and a low rate, or you could have a high rate and a cheaper house, but you can't have a high rate and a high house. And so everybody I know who wants to get out of their house right now can't unless they want to move far, far away. But so if they want to take the equity out of their house, they really can't unless they do a HELOC. But I don't know what people are struggling to pay bills still, and it doesn't seem like anything's going to change
No,
for a time.
well, and that's the point where we talk about these people say, "Oh, well, I work for a company because I want security," and I'm like, "That's just no security there. The only security you have is when you're doing your own stuff." So figure that out. It takes time. It's not an overnight thing. People think I'm going to be an influencer in 2 episodes,
Right.
and that does not happen unless you're Joe Rogan, who had many different shows before he got on a podcasting and other things he did, and UFC, all those things he did, then brought all that audience over. That's a totally different world.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in that world. You keep talking about wanting to start a podcast, and I tell people you start the podcast to build your business.
Right.
So if you can figure out how to build your business through the podcast, that's why you should do it. You need to figure out why you're doing it. That's all my slides I'm putting together. You see all the slides I have to put together for the course. Because it's like there's so much I want to cover, but you have to also, like, because you do courses, you have to do it. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my stuff, and sometimes that's a detriment.
That's definitely a detriment. That I actually saw a meme earlier today that said, imperfect action is better than inaction. And it's true. My first course was horrible. When I put it out there, it was filmed during COVID in the house, bad mic, bad camera, because I used the laptop camera instead of buying a third party one. So that you just keep fixing it over time. And so my first course, I just recorded it, all old pictures, and the slides were full of words, and it was horrible. And then I re-recorded it about a year ago, and it's time again to re-record because new information comes out, and people want to learn different things. And it's just like everything we've talked about with gear and everything else, is you have to figure out what tools do you want to use for each given task. So I use Joe Ingram turned me on to Screencast-O-Magic, which now it's called something else. I'll have to look at the name. I think I sent it to you the other day. But that's what I use to record everything. Some people use Loom videos. Some people use YouTube. Some people now, you can actually do it in Microsoft Office, that you can set up your PowerPoint and then you make yourself a little vignette where you're a little picture in the corner, and then you can record those. And I've done that for a course too. You just got to figure out, it's like anything. What tool will you use, but invest in quality tools. And that being, get a good camera, get a good mic, because it makes a world of difference on what people will do. But even right now, the big challenge with courses is people don't want to take the time to learn. They want to be able to go to AI and just say, tell me how to do it. And I've talked last week to several people that courses are down a little bit. Coaching is down a little bit because everybody wants instant access, instant gratification. And it's like you and I talked about. People are moving away from Googling things, and they're moving straight to going to AI and say, hey, how do I do this?
And it'll tell you. But again, you're going it alone.
Right.
And that's the difference. I think, yes, for a while here, people are going to try it, and then they're not going to do anything. It's like what I learned in the first year or so. You tell it all this stuff, and it gives you all this information for this book or this or that. And then that stuff's just sitting over there because you get sidetracked doing actual work.
Right.
That stuff just sits there. And that's the same thing with, I know so many people want to start podcasting, and like, send me your stuff. And the problem is they don't understand. And this is what I'm really trying to hit people in the face, is you have to get to 21 episodes, period. Right. If you don't get to 21 episodes and then you don't have that commitment, don't even start it.
To your point, it sounds good, but people don't know what's involved. So, scheduling, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to hire people to edit it? Are you going to edit it? Who's going to post it? Are you going to push it out to, was it Libsyn?
Well, there's so many different ones. Yeah. And that's the thing, is you can ask ChatGPT all those steps. What is the best? All those different things. You can do all that. Right. But that's to say that it's going to give you the right information that you want.
Right. And I'm starting to see webinars making a return, you know, where people are wanting to go in webinars because people want to try before they buy. So it's a way to spend time with people for a period of time. There's a couple that lives here in Dallas named Brian and Gab Boucher, and they do a webinar probably once a month. But I'm starting to see, you know, people are coming back with the challenges. Jen Gottlieb did a challenge last week, you know, and then people sign up for her speaking course. I saw somebody else did another one. That's where I'm seeing a lot of people are going, is webinars are coming back again. And of course,
like masterclass webinars.
Yep. Yeah, like a masterclass, a 60, 90-minute, you know, something. People come on, they get a taste of you, how you work. And once they spend time with you, they'll tend to invest in you versus just buying a course that's out there.
Yeah, and that's why I set that stuff up for. So I had those on my separate companies, and now I moved that in underneath my mortgage solution tab.
Yeah,
where they can go to and schedule to a webinar, and that's the plan. And then have it on demand also. But last week I hit up by Jason Flanagan and somebody else. They did a 2-day webinar kind of thing on how to use AI to do webinars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did I watch it? No.
That reminds me, I did book my ticket for the event in San Diego.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, but I was wrong. It was a general admission, so I did the same thing you did. I added on the dinner afterwards.
Yeah, but that was totally But even on the VIP, the dinner is extra. It has nothing to do with the ticket.
Ah, okay.
It's additional, like, hey, by the way, while everybody else is going back to their room, why don't you come to this special VIP dinner that's not part of anything?
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it wasn't included in the VIP ticket.
Got it.
Yeah, because you said that to me last week. Because I got a free general admission, but I'm a snob. I want to go in with the VIP area and have the food and everything else, and not sit next to you guys, you general admission people. You know how it is. I got my documentary from being in the VIP area at traffic and conversion. I'll never not be in a VIP area after that.
See, I'm counting my pennies on that one. So I traded in airfare miles, hotel miles, everything for that trip, because it wasn't anything I was expecting to go to. And then they gave away the ticket. And I'm like, okay, well, now I need to go. So I added on the dinner, but everything else I was like,
we won't tell them, but you can run it there for borrow. I'm sure somebody's going to have an extra one, and no big deal. Yeah, so I think what happened. Yeah, I don't want. I assume they only had so many of those VIP tickets to give away,
right?
And probably it was only certain people, and then they gave all the general admissions to everybody else.
Yeah,
to give away, because I had that one. I'm like, I want the VIP. I'm like I said, I'm saving on. I'm driving down. It's not that far.
Yeah,
so.
Well, it was one of you said this year you're being very strategic on what you're going to, so you're going to invest a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I'm going to schedule that one for Dallas that's coming up. So
remind me when that is, whenever you get it.
I will. So that way you can pick me up and drive me all over.
Yeah. I do at least one of the days. As long as I don't have kiddo, that's fine.
I was just messing with you.
The post the other day.
Driver.
Yeah. Hey, it's a great way to get to spend time with people.
Yeah. Well, I picked your ass up from the airport when it's
exactly.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yep.
I expect the same ride though.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a Rover.
Yeah, neither do I. That was because I had to fly in for the documentary.
Yeah.
And the only place that I could get a car at that place was one of those types of vehicles.
Yeah.
It was nothing cheap. And so, but it was like fly in, get it, go to my documentary, record it, and then leave, and came down to San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like you said, that was one of the things that, going back to it, you met them being in the VIP at Traffic and Conversion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's true. Sometimes that's the what do you call it? Rubbing shoulders, rubbing elbows, whatever the phrase is. It's worth it. I know people who go to the Tony Robbins and they pay that $50,000 a year to be I forget, platinum member or whatever, so they can sit in the first few rows, and they've gotten business deals off of it, because the same people who have $50,000 to invest, or however much it is, it's worth it to network there.
Sorry, I'm doing work at the same time. I had to hit yes.
For shame, sir.
Yes. I had to hit yes. Because I read, so like you did, you create the content, right? And then you're like, okay, those are really long words to be on a slide. And so I'm redoing the slides, or I should say my assistant is, and I just had to tell them what way I wanted it.
Gotcha.
The outflow. Yeah. Because I had, why podcasting is your next mission. Podcasting gives veterans a new mission after that's too much words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and you don't know this stuff.
Right.
And the speaker notes, I had no idea. If you're doing it on stage, you can put notes in with the PowerPoint right while you're talking, so you can read them. What you see the notes nobody else does, and that's sometimes what happens when I'm doing a PowerPoint here. Is it gets so messed up because I have such a large screen here and then my laptop over here, and it like throws the notes over here, and I have to no, I want it over here. It won't do that. Yeah.
Well, and that's depending on how. I went to one event where they didn't have, they had the confidence monitor, so you can see what's up, but you couldn't see the notes. So I've gotten to where I don't have notes in there. I know I spoke with a guy, he's a negotiation expert, and I saw he had a ton of notes down below. And I'm like, I hope you can see him when it's time to talk. And he couldn't, because all it was showing was they had the laptop on the other side, and then they just had the projector here. And they had it wasn't a hotel, it was a office space. They had on each wall, they just had a copy of the presentation. So he couldn't see his notes. I was like, see, that's why you gotta know. And that's part of when you get into speaking, is almost like a comedian or an actor, you have to memorize your lines. Now you can set up things. There's certain people who will set up, they'll like walk around a stage, and when they get to each spot on the stage, this is where I tell another story. And so it's a way for them to remember something physically.
No, and the notes are for me when I'm doing the course, just to remember that I hit everything, because I ad lib more than anything else. It's like on these shows, we kind of have what we're going to talk about, but then sometimes we just come on here and we have no idea what we're talking about. And then some of the best shows, because it's spontaneous in certain things. Same with when I talk to somebody about different things, that, when I tell them my radio show, I have a script only for the beginning and end, but nothing in between. We know what we're going to talk about, but you can't, it's spontaneous. And that's what is the best sometimes.
That is going back to Ryan McGinn's event, like some of their videos that go viral. Like there's a couple he works with that they're dentists that also have the right kind of gum for you. I think it's xylitol gum or whatever. And it's not when they talk about dentistry or gum or anything like that. One of their biggest videos was talking about why they don't go to see friends and family on Christmas. They said it's too much stress. You're going to somebody else's house. So they only do Christmas together as a family, their husband, wife, kids, and that's it. They don't invite anybody. They don't go visit anybody. And that video went viral because people want to know about what's going on in people's lives. And sometimes, like you said, it's the unplanned stuff that will go on. That stupid one video where I said height with a TH, I think it just crossed 4.5 million views the other day.
Well, it's like that one I talked about, just real quick, about how people do buy a manufactured home and put on a piece of land, not on a permanent foundation, as a way just not to pay real estate taxes. That thing went viral, and it wasn't even a planned statement. I didn't even know it was in there, but when it was cut up with Opus clips, and then I was like, wow, that's amazing. Let's drop it. And that thing's still getting people to, I haven't posted much on TikTok in a while, and that's still getting people to follow me and do everything else.
Right now it's at 4.5 million, so it'll cross to 4.6 probably. So, but it's a year, 275 days worth of people watching that 1 30-second clip, 23-second clip.
Well, that's important. Like that's how you grow.
But that's a weird thing with, I was on a growth pattern all the way through 2024, November 2024. And it's leveled out, and then it drops. So it went from 201 down to 200, down to 199, down to 198, 197. It's interesting because I don't see, unless you're buying followers, I don't see people growing like it was a year or two ago. So something changed in the algorithm, because you can tell who's paying for it, right? I get hit up.
I'm growing, but I'm not growing fast. I'm growing steady.
Yes,
I'm adding 1,000. I'm adding 1,000 a month.
That's awesome. Like, let me look and see. I'm sure I got hit up today by somebody. Let me go to requests.
No, but you don't, and you don't want to pay for followers.
No, well, because there's still that they're going to have to. What do you call it?
It ain't gonna happen.
I know, but not the SEC, but the FCC.
It ain't gonna happen.
Not
With this new administration. They just got rid of the CFPB pretty much in my industry that oversees the mortgage stuff. Pretty much they took away 90% of their people. They have no teeth. They can't do hardly anything. So I see a lot of that stuff not going to happen.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, they were on a path, though, that they were going to say, if you've ever bought followers, you were going to have to say, I paid for followers. But it's crazy because you'll see when somebody does, unless they have a viral video that hit, and let's just say hit 10 million follower or views or whatever, then you can see a jump. But when you just see somebody go and adding 30, 40,000 in a month, you know that it's being paid for. And what's always funny is the people who hit you up, they have 30 posts and 400,000 followers. And they're like, guess I can help you grow your business. And I just respond back, nope, not paying for engagement. And now what people are doing is they're having you pay for shares, follows, what was the other one? Likes, and of course, comments. But that's another way to tell who bought their audience is, do you get any comments? Now, people are inherently lazy. So commenting has gone down as the scroll factor goes up. But you can always tell who's paid for their audience based on the interactions. And the funny thing is, before everybody loses their mind on it all, go and look it up. Your stuff only gets shown to 1% to 2% of your audience. So take whatever number you have and you can drill that down. So let's just say you have 100,000, then 1,000 people might see it. If you have 200,000, 2,000 people, keep doing the math. So you can even go look at Alex Hormozi. Now, granted, not because of his webinar from 2 weeks ago, the book launch, but before that, he has like 2.5 million followers, I think. And you would see he might get 2,000 or 20,000 likes or whatever on his views on his videos. So it's just economies of scale, 1% to 2% of your audience size. So when people go like, well, I got all this audience, people aren't interacting, it's being throttled to a degree.
Yeah, and you got to, right, as I found, you have to post daily. If you're not posting daily, they throttle you back.
Yeah.
And that's one way I can see with people. And this wasn't supposed to be a social media thing, but it just
just talking about courses and everything else. Yeah.
I finally opened Alex's book. I'm like, I paid for this? Is this,
I haven't even cracked it yet.
Spot run?
Yeah.
You know how he does this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He does not put a lot into it. Well, that's why I did that post to him from back in 2021, right before he released $100 million offers. And nobody really knew who he was outside of ClickFunnels and Gym Launch. And then you see where he is now, and everybody knows who he is. That's why it's kind of funny. I still do have on my bio, like I spoke on the same stage as Alex Hormozi. It was in 2021, but it's still true because that name carries weight, just like Bradley, Janine Driver. You have to say who else you've been on stage with. I need to add back in Chris Voss. That was another cool guy to get to hang out with.
Because you actually had a talk with him, right?
Yeah, I sat in the green room and chatted with him. Really cool guy.
Yeah. Yep.
So what else you got going on this month?
A lot. Yeah, well, we're gonna, be in 2 weeks down in San Diego. I got to check because I think I was supposed to be somewhere else this month, and I think it's in Dallas where the other thing is. And I think I already did miss it. Was VidFest already? Not VidFest, but the one with the guy that wrote the book on YouTube.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was coming. It was there.
Oh, it was here in Dallas?
Yeah. I know it was, or it happened already.
I don't know.
There's certain things I want to see, and there's certain things that's like, okay, I can't add anything else to my plate right now. I got to finish my stuff. Yeah.
There was a podcast one that was here a week or two ago, and it wasn't
not that one. That's pod motivation or pod something like that.
Yeah, I signed up and got a free ticket and never even made it over there.
Yeah, Alex, not Hormozi, but Alex from Pod Match was there talking about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, it just didn't work out with the kid in time and picking her up from school because they were here the same week as the first week of school, and it just wasn't good because I want to pick up my kid, take her to the park, Oh, okay. I've got that book. I haven't cracked it yet. He was the VIP speaker at High Levels event last year.
Right, but he also has an event there that he does all the time. I don't know when it was or if
I'll have to look it up. Yeah, because I've actually got his book sitting right over here.
Yeah, well, they do much better if you read them.
Really? They're not just paperweights? Well, it's just one of those things. Like, what do you read next? I'm good about listening to YouTube in the background.
Right.
I'm bad about sitting down and reading. And I know YouTube is one. Like, I think I only have 2,700 followers on YouTube. I know that's one. I've got to grow 2 in 2025, 26, and that is LinkedIn and YouTube. So those are some of the goals.
Oh, so I think it was Vid Summit 2025. October 7th or the 9th. It's still coming.
Oh, so that'll be the week before High Level then.
That's get your tickets.
Yeah.
It's all $900.
Gotcha.
No VIP.
None. Where's
No,
does it
no,
say where it's at? Send
yeah,
me the link. I'll go
it's
check
in
it out.
Dallas. It's in Dallas.
Well, I know, but when people say they're in Dallas, sometimes they mean like Frisco, which is an hour away from where I live, versus is it in downtown Dallas?
I don't know. I'd have to fill everything out to tell you.
I know. That's why I want you to do it. That way I don't have to.
It just says Dallas. That's all it says.
Yeah.
It shows the stadium,
Okay.
a big stadium that it's in, or a big
Send me the link. I'll check it out.
vidsummit.com.
All right. Let me see.
Where is
Oh,
it?
so that's I think that's in Las Colinas area.
Yeah, Las Colinas, Aloft,
Yep.
Las Colinas, Hyatt Place, Dallas, Las Colinas. What the hell's Las Colinas?
It's kind of near the airport. It's just a little suburb city.
I think that Texan Court and Weston is all sold out already. I wonder if that's where it's at.
Could be.
Or it's at this, event. I don't know. Anyway, he's really good. So
yeah,
like
I said,
puts on a good event, and it would be an event to go to. But like I said, I can only go to so many.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, High Level brought him in as the VIP speaker last year. So they did a VIP day, which is they took us all off site. We took us to the ballpark, got to go down on the field, throw the baseball, do all that jazz. And then he was the speaker over lunch, and he gave everybody a copy of his book. So it's been, almost a year, because High Level's next month. So Jimmy that we've had on, he's going to be the MC. And then I got my VIP ticket to just go and attend this year.
You can just get one.
Just get one. They actually, originally were just going to give me a general admission. And I said, what do I need to do to upgrade it to a VIP? And we worked it out. So,
did you?
Yep, we sure did.
It's the only one I haven't been to is High Level.
Yeah, it's a good, man. It's a lot of days. I mean, when they put in, now they actually outgrew the old space they were at and had to go to a brand new hotel. So let me see, GHL Summit 2025. Yeah, so this year they're calling it the Level Up Summit, and it's 13th through the 16th of October. Yeah, 1,000 people, 300 new features that they're going to announce, and then 30 speakers.
That's a Level Up. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep. Summit. Here, I'll just
text it. October. I got it. I'm
there.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to see what the regular price was.
And I don't know some of the speakers that are here. I mean, I've seen them, but
they're expensive.
Oh yeah,
$29.97 for VIP.
Yep. Roland Frazier, Ryan Dice, Frank Kern,
upgrade at checkout with purchase. There was a something day upgrade that sold out. Hang with the co-founders, bonus session, epic network party, recordings, inclusive meals.
Yeah, I've got that. And then I got invited to affiliate day too, since I have an affiliate link.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what I can do. It's 10 minutes from my house, but it's working around kiddo schedules.
So you can't go the whole time?
No, and I've also got an event. We're hosting an event here locally at a stage, kind of like what Steve did in LA, to help speakers get a sizzle reel done, get headshots. So me, Karen, I wish I have Karen back on again. She's the one who's really driving it all, but they found a stage. Then we're going to have videographers. What's that?
When is that?
October 15th. So I'm going to have to miss a day of the High Level for it.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, so it's going to be people fly in, get makeup done. There's going to be ahead of time. They can meet with a style coordinator, and then they're going to get 15 minutes on stage. So however much they can record, they're going to get a raw copy of the video that they can then take to somebody to go get a sizzle reel done, or they can pay somebody.
They don't really need to talk. They just need to be walking around like they're talking.
No, that's the big thing that people, yes, they need a copy like that. But what we're starting to see is people want to know, because too many people have gotten burned by somebody who had a good sizzle reel that didn't show them talking. So the current trend in the speaking industry is they need to have you speak in full sentences to know, if I put you on the stage, can you hold a sentence together? So it used to be about, you just show these amazing videos and you hardly ever talk, like, Steve's intro is he had somebody pretending to be Morgan Freeman and it all talked about him. That's not the way it works anymore. Right now is, unless you're well known, and Steve was well known, they need to be able to see video of you talking to make sure that you're right for the audience, and can you actually talk and entertain, or whatever your message is. So that's something that's really changed in the last 2 years is people want to see you actually talking. So you can have a sizzle reel, which is like your introduction reel, but then you also need to have something longer that you can send to people. So I send people either my high level talk, because that one was 15 minutes, or I send them like the one I just did for fast signs, because it shows me back and forth and listen to the audience get engaged and everything.
And that works for you.
Yep. So far it does.
All right. And how much are they charging for that event?
I don't remember. Hold on, because we changed the pricing on it because we added more things to it. So that's shame on me for not knowing that.
Yeah, especially if you're part of it.
Yeah. Well, we just added things to it, so I'm looking for it. Hold on. All right. I'll send you so you can see what it looks like too. It's just the speaker's advantage. Where is it? Yes, right here.
All right. Well, let's call it a day.
Yeah. Yep. Let's get it. Yeah, because I got to get to go record a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, I got it. I got another one right after this too.
Oh, there you go.
You want to take us out?
Yep, I'll take us out. Well, everybody, thank you for joining Ed and I again on Aces53. And basically, it's him and I on Tuesdays, just kind of talking the talk, catching back up, seeing what we're going to attack that week. Then on Thursdays, we bring in a special guest, someone we call a joker. That's someone with a special skill or talent that we want to either learn from or share with you. So the best way to support us is subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. I appreciate you all for being here.